In the realm of education, understanding the nuances between competency and learning outcomes is paramount. These two concepts, often used interchangeably, hold distinct meanings that significantly impact teaching, learning, and assessment strategies. This essay aims to clarify the differences between competency and learning outcomes, shedding light on their significance in shaping effective educational practices. Competency refers to a broader set of skills, knowledge, and attributes that enable individuals to perform tasks effectively in real-world contexts. It encompasses not just theoretical understanding, but also the practical application of knowledge and skills in complex situations. Imagine a chef who possesses culinary competency, demonstrating mastery in various cooking techniques, ingredient knowledge, and the ability to create delectable dishes consistently. On the other hand, learning outcomes represent specific statements that describe what students should know, understand, and be able to do as a result of a particular learning experience, such as a course or a training program. Learning outcomes are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART, providing clear benchmarks for student progress and achievement. For instance, a learning outcome for a mathematics course could be students will be able to solve quadratic equations with 80% accuracy. Distinguishing between competency and learning outcomes is crucial for educators to design effective learning experiences and assessments that align with desired outcomes. While competency emphasizes the holistic ability to perform in real-world settings, learning outcomes focus on specific knowledge, skills, and abilities acquired within a defined learning context. One key difference between competency and learning outcomes lies in their focus of assessment. Competency assessments aim to evaluate an individual's ability to apply knowledge and skills in practical situations, often simulating real-world scenarios. These assessments go beyond rote memorization, requiring individuals to analyze problems, make decisions, and demonstrate their expertise in a dynamic environment. For instance, a competency assessment for aspiring nurses might involve simulating a patient care scenario where candidates need to assess the patient's condition, administer medication, and communicate effectively with colleagues and family members. Such assessments evaluate the candidate's ability to integrate theoretical knowledge with practical skills in a high-pressure environment. In contrast, learning outcome assessments focus on measuring the specific knowledge, skills, and abilities outlined in the learning outcomes. These assessments typically employ methods such as quizzes, tests, essays, and presentations to gauge students' understanding and mastery of the subject matter. Unlike competency assessments, learning outcome assessments primarily focus on evaluating knowledge acquisition and application within the defined learning context. For example, a learning outcome assessment for a history course might involve an essay question that requires students to analyze the causes of a historical event, demonstrating their understanding of the subject matter and their ability to articulate their thoughts effectively. Another crucial distinction between competency and learning outcomes lies in their contextual significance. Competency emphasizes the ability to transfer knowledge and skills across different contexts, highlighting the importance of real-world relevance. A competent individual possesses the adaptability and critical thinking skills to apply their knowledge and skills effectively in diverse situations, even beyond their initial learning environment. Consider a software developer who possesses coding competency. While they may have acquired their coding skills through formal education or training programs, their competency extends beyond the classroom or training lab. They can apply their coding expertise to develop software solutions for various industries and purposes, adapting their skills to meet the specific requirements of each project. Learning outcomes, in contrast, are often tied to the specific context of a particular learning experience. They define what students should know and be able to do within the boundaries of a course, a training program, or a specific learning module. While the knowledge and skills acquired through these experiences can certainly be valuable in other contexts, the primary focus of learning outcomes is on achieving mastery within the defined learning environment. For instance, a learning outcome for a public speaking course might be students will be able to deliver a persuasive speech to an audience of their peers. While this learning outcome equips students with valuable communication skills applicable in various settings, its primary focus is on achieving proficiency within the specific context of the public speaking course. Section 4. Measurement and evaluation: qualitative versus quantitative approaches. The measurement and evaluation of competency and learning outcomes also differ significantly. Competency assessments often employ qualitative methods that capture the complexity and nuance of real-world performance. These assessments focus on observing and evaluating an individual's behavior, decision-making skills, and problem-solving abilities in realistic scenarios. For example, a competency assessment for a customer service representative might involve role-playing exercises where assessors evaluate the candidate's ability to handle customer inquiries, resolve complaints, and maintain a professional demeanor under pressure. Such assessments rely on subjective judgment and expert observation to assess the candidate's overall competency. Learning outcome assessments, on the other hand, typically employ quantitative methods that focus on measuring the accuracy and completeness of knowledge and skills acquired. These assessments often involve multiple-choice questions, true-false statements, or problem-solving exercises that can be objectively scored, providing a numerical representation of student achievement. For instance, a learning outcome assessment for a biology course might include a multiple-choice exam that tests students' knowledge of cell structure and function. The exam can be objectively graded based on the number of correct answers, providing a clear indication of student mastery of the learning outcomes. Section 5. Illustrative examples, bringing competency and learning outcomes to life. Section 6. Conclusion: the power of understanding the difference.